Hey everyone, welcome to Homeschool. Hope everybody are doing good. And we are with the mind map series for the better revision for 10th board examination point of view. And we have already completed few chapters mind maps, and today I am with one more important and wonderful chapter, that is magnetic effect of electric current. Say many of the students kept on saying that this chapter is very difficult, but nothing is there in a chapter. You just have to understand the concept, and I'll be revising the entire chapter in a shortcut way with the help of a flowchart. Okay, so our today's mind maps topic is magnetic effect of electric current. Magnetic effect of electric current. See the different aspects that we have learned in a chapter. See, first and foremost, let me go with a very simple topic that we learned is magnetic field and magnetic field lines. Yes or no? So we learned something called magnetic field. Magnetic field. So for board point of view, what you have to remember from magnetic field topic is its definition and field lines properties. Okay. So first thing you must know, what do you mean by magnetic field? That is its definition. And the other one is properties. Properties of field lines. Properties of field lines. So this is a very important question actually. So can you all just revise what is the definition of magnetic field? It is nothing but a region around the magnet where magnetic force is experienced, right? So if this is a magnet, there is a certain area around this particular magnet where a magnetic force is experienced, right? So that is called magnetic field. And what are the properties of magnetic field lines? If you consider a bar magnet, always the field lines will move from north to south. Field lines will move from north to south. So this is the first property, right? And the next one, we have studied that field lines always move in a circular loops, right? So they will move in a loops. And the third one is the magnetic field is very strong at the poles, right? So magnetic field is strong. It is very strong at poles, right? And the next property which is very important is magnetic field lines never intersect. They will never intersect with each other, right? So these are the four properties that we have learned, and very important question, right? So this is your first aspect in the chapter. Magnetic field, its definition is important, and properties of field lines is also important. And there is a small diagram that can be asked. So they will ask you to represent the field lines in case of bar magnet, right? If this is a south pole, if this is a north pole, how do you mention the field lines? Direction is very important. North to south you have to show, right? So north to south, right? And the field lines inside a magnet, they will move from south to north, right? So this is the diagram that you have to show. That is also very important. So that is your first aspect of the chapter. And next in the chapter, we studied something called, magnetic field. Magnetic field in a current carrying conductor. In a current carrying conductor. Say whenever a current is passed in a certain conductor, a magnetic force is experienced, a magnetic field is generated, right? So that is what we have studied in the second aspect of the chapter, right? And there are actually three different types of conductor. Here we study the three subtopics actually. So the first subtopic is whenever current is carried in a straight conductor. Current is carried in a straight conductor, right? say, how does a magnetic field lines look? Whenever a current is carried in a straight conductor, the magnetic field lines appear in concentric circles, right? So here, magnetic field appear in concentric circles. So this is very important, concentric circles, isn't it? And here you studied something called, say again here, you studied something called right hand thumb rule. Very, very important, right hand thumb rule. So the definition of right hand thumb rule is very, very important. So what is right hand thumb rule? It will tell about the direction of magnetic field lines. Okay. So if you consider thumb as your conductor, if this is the direction of current, then direction of magnetic field is identified by curled fingers. Okay. So what does the definition of right hand thumb rule I can write here? If thumb indicates direction of current, that is I, then curled fingers tell you the direction of magnetic field. Okay, so I'm writing the definition in a shortcut way, so just try to understand. If direction of thumb is the direction of current, then direction of magnetic field is given by the curled fingers, right? So using right hand thumb rule, we can identify in what direction the magnetic field is generated or moving when a current is carried in a straight conductor. Clear? And in the same heading, next you studied if the conductor is a circular loop. If the conductor is a circular loop. Okay. Say if the conductor is there in a circular loop form, then magnetic field generated is in concentric circles only. No doubt here also magnetic field is generated in the form of concentric circles. Okay, and one more thing is magnetic field at the center of a circular loop is in straight lines. It appear in straight line. Okay, so this point is important to understand here. So what is the point here? Magnetic field at the center of circular loop appear in straight line. Okay, this point is very, very important. And there are various factors that affect the magnetic field in straight conductor as well as circular loop. Okay, so those factors in a detailed way I discussed in the videos of magnetic field of electric current chapter. You can just go to the playlist and watch the videos. Just briefly, I'll tell you what factors that can affect the magnetic field in a straight conductor. Okay, generated in a straight conductor. See, the first thing is the amount of magnetic field generated in straight conductor always depends on amount of current. Okay, the more current that is supplied in a straight conductor, more magnetic field is generated. It is true for all the cases. If the current is carried in a straight conductor, or if it is carried in a circular loop, or if it is carried in a solenoid. Okay, so in all the three cases, one point is common. More magnetic field is appeared when more current is passed in a conductor, right? And the second point is always the direction of magnetic field is changed when the direction of current is changed. Okay, so magnetic field lines direction, when does it change? It will change when direction of current in a conductor changes. So these are the 2 points common for all the 3 types of conductor, that is straight conductor, circular loop and solenoid. Okay, and one more thing, as you go away from the conductor, as the distance increases from a conductor, magnetic field strength decreases. Okay, so as the distance increased from a conductor, the experience of a magnetic field is always decreased. Okay, so these are the various factors that you have to remember. for all the three cases. And now in a circular loop, one special thing is magnetic field at the center will always appear in a straight line. Okay, because as the distance increases and at the center when you go, the field lines appear as though it is there in a straight line. Okay, fine. So that's all about circular loop. And coming to the solenoid. So in case of solenoid, the important thing is its definition. So you must know what do you mean by a solenoid, right? So it is just a copper or iron wire in a circular form, in a coiled form. Okay, a conductor which is there in a coiled form is called solenoid, right? Fine. And now our solenoid will just act as a bar magnet. Our solenoid will just act as a bar magnet having two poles, north pole and the south pole. Okay, so solenoid behaves like a bar magnet. Remember this. Magnetic field lines appear as though it is seen in case of bar magnet. Clear? Fine. And now inside a solenoid, the magnetic field lines are uniform. So this is another point you have to remember. Inside solenoid, okay, magnetic field lines are uniform. They are uniform. Okay, fine. This is another important point under solenoid. And coming to the last point, you must know what do you mean by electromagnet. Definition of electromagnet. Okay, say in a solenoid, in a coiled iron wire or copper wire, if you keep a iron rod, soft iron rod, then that particular thing will become a permanent magnet. Okay, it will have a magnetic character and that is called as electromagnet. So what is the definition of electromagnet here? When a soft iron is introduced in a solenoid, it becomes magnet and that is called electromagnet. Soft iron when introduced in a solenoid, that is coiled structure, it becomes magnetic in nature. So that is called electromagnet. Okay, so here definition of solenoid is important, definition of electromagnet is important, and they will ask you how the field lines look like inside a solenoid. You know, the field lines are uniform inside a solenoid. So this is about the second aspect of the chapter, like what way magnetic field is generated in a current carrying conductor. If the conductor is straight conductor, what? If the conductor is circular loop, how does the magnetic field look like? If the conductor is solenoid, how does the magnetic field look like? Okay, so here the right hand thumb rule is very, very important. So what is the importance of right hand thumb rule? It will help us to decide the direction of magnetic field when a current is carried in a straight conductor, right? When a current is carried in a straight conductor. So that is very, very important aspect. Fine. And now let us go for the third aspect of the chapter, right? So the third aspect of the chapter is, now the next topic is very, very important, that is force acting on a conductor when it is kept in magnetic field. Okay, so when it is kept in magnetic field. Clear? So this is the next part, and as the name suggests, what is the meaning of this particular heading? I mean, what you study in this particular heading is, whenever a current carrying conductor which is carrying a current, if it is kept in a magnetic field, conductor starts moving. A force is experienced on a conductor that is responsible for the movement of conductor. Okay, so if this is a conductor, if this is kept in a magnetic field, here one north pole magnet and here one south pole magnet is kept. Okay, so what happens as the current moves in this conductor starts moving. Okay, so as the current passes in a conductor starts moving. So that way, actually, electrical energy we are converting into mechanical energy. Based on this concept, electric motors were discovered. Okay, so here you study something called, very very important, you study about electric motor. Okay, you will study electric motor, and electric motor is a very 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 important aspect. Okay, say you have to remember the principle of electric motor. Okay, construction of electric motor, construction and working. So all the three aspects is very very important. So what mainly happens in electric motor, here the electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy, right? So it can be asked for 3 marks. You have a diagram. So diagram, principle, construction, working. For 3 marks, it may be a compulsory question. Either electric motor or electric generator is compulsorily asked. And if you want a detailed explanation about electric motor, principle, construction and working, you can just watch the video Target 60 physics video, where I have explained everything in detail. I repeat once again, Target 60 physics video, or you can watch it in the videos of magnetic effect of electric current playlist also. Clear? Fine. And here comes one important rule that you have to remember, that is Fleming's left hand thumb rule. Left hand thumb rule, or Fleming's left hand rule. Just we will call it as Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, so what is the use of Fleming's left hand rule? So I told you, when a current is carried in a particular direction in a conductor, okay, when it is kept in a magnetic field, conductor starts moving, I said, right? And in what direction the conductor moves, right? So this can be identified with the help of Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, so the direction of movement of conductor, when you know the direction of current and when you know the direction of magnetic field, right? So that is identified with the help of Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, so what does the rule says here? The rule says, I'm talking about Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, so if this is your thumb finger, okay, let me explain it here. Fine. If this is thumb finger, right, and if this is your index finger, and if this is your middle finger, if middle finger indicates the direction of current, if this indicates the direction of current, index finger indicates the direction of magnetic field, then the thumb finger will tell you the force experienced by the conductor, or it will tell you the movement, direction of movement of a conductor. Okay, so force in shortcut you can remember, force means father. Okay, magnetic field is mother, right? Then this current is child. Current means, right, child. C for child. Okay, see guys, stretch, take the left hand, stretch thumb finger, index finger and middle finger as far as possible, so that all the 3 fingers are mutually perpendicular to each other. See, if you consider the direction of magnetic field as the direction of index finger, the direction of middle finger is the direction of current, then the force experienced by the conductor, or the direction in which the conductor is moving, is given by the direction of thumb finger. Okay, so this is father, this is mother and this is child. Father means force, it will tell about the force. Mother means this index finger, it will talk about the magnetic field direction, and the child is the current, it will talk about the direction of current. Okay, so that's how your Fleming's left hand thumb rule is explained. Okay, fine. And now let us go for another important aspect of the chapter, that is electromagnetic induction. Very, very important. Electromagnetic induction. So here in electromagnetic induction, again, two things are very important. First one is the definition, right? And here you study a rule called Fleming's right hand rule. Fleming's right hand rule. And the third aspect of electromagnetic induction is, electric generator. So electric generator is the application part of electromagnetic induction. So first let us briefly discuss what is this definition of electromagnetic induction. You know what? Changing magnetic field in a conductor can generate a current in another conductor. Imagine you have two conductors. This is one conductor, this is another conductor. Okay, say if I change the magnetic field around this conductor, a current can be induced in another conductor. A current can be induced in another conductor. So this is what we call electromagnetic induction. So definition is important. And later, you have a famous rule, Fleming's right hand thumb rule. Okay, so just like the Fleming's left hand rule, Fleming's right hand thumb rule. Say what may be this Fleming's right hand thumb rule? You have to take the right hand and the three fingers stretch as far as possible. Okay, so this is your thumb finger, and this is your index finger, and this is your middle finger, right? Fine. So if the index finger tells about the direction of magnetic field, and if thumb finger indicates the movement of conductor, then middle finger will give you the direction of induced current. Direction of induced current. Okay, so this is all about Fleming's right hand rule. Okay, so when you take your right hand and if you stretch thumb, index and middle finger as far as possible, if the index finger represents the direction of magnetic field, thumb finger represents the movement of conductor, okay, then your middle finger will give you the direction of newly generated current. Induced current in the sense the current which has generated newly. Okay, say I told whenever around the conductor, if you change the magnetic field, it can induce current, it can generate current, right? So that generated current's direction is identified with the help of Fleming's right hand rule. Okay, so if the index finger is the direction of magnetic field, and if the thumb finger is the movement of conductor, okay, so by moving a conductor you can change the magnetic field, strength of magnetic field. Okay, so when this happens, a current can be generated and current's direction is given by your middle finger. Okay, so you must clearly understand the difference between the Fleming's left hand rule and Fleming's right hand rule. So Fleming's left hand rule is completely based on a concept of force acting on a conductor when it is kept in a magnetic field, and Fleming's right hand rule is completely based on electromagnetic induction. Actually, both are opposite concepts. You have to be very, very careful in understanding them. Clear? Fine. And after that definition we discussed, Fleming's right hand rule we discussed, and electric generator. So what is this electric generator? So here in the electric generator, actually mechanical energy is getting converted into electrical energy. Mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy, and even here the three things are very, very important. What are they? Principle is important. Principle, construction and working. Okay, so either Either electric motor or electric generator can be asked for 3 marks. Very, very important question. Clear? Fine. And coming to the last part of the chapter, domestic circuits. So very simple topic, domestic circuits, right? So how does the current flow into our house from power station? From a transformer, the current flows into our house by 2 wires. So one is a live wire we call, the other one is a neutral wire we call. Okay, so here we discuss 3 types of wires. Okay, so we have to discuss the types of wires here. Remember, what are the 3 types of wires? What are the 3 types of wires that you can say? One is live wire, the other one is neutral wire, and third one is also there, that is earth wire. Okay, so here through live wire actually the current is coming into the house, and through the neutral wire it is going out. Okay, and what about the earth wire? And earth wire is the one which protects us from electric shocks. Okay, so whenever you have a metallic electrical appliances, by overloading, somehow if the excess current flows in a metallic body, the moment you touch you will get a shock. To avoid that, we use a wire called earth wire. Earth wire will have a very less resistance, so that the extra current that is generated will go through earth wire and it will get disposed in the earth. That way earth wires always help us from electrical shocks. Okay, and also you must understand about few definitions. Okay, so there are few definitions like overloading and short circuiting. So you must know what is the difference between overloading and short circuiting also. And you must also know about fuse, right? So what is the importance of fuse here? Fuses are the one which protects the electrical appliances from overloading and short circuiting. So every electrical instrument is connected with so-called fuse in a circuit. So the purpose of fuse is it will protect the electrical gadget by overloading and short circuiting, and their definitions are also important. So this is all about domestic circuits. Okay, so with this the chapter is completed. This is the entire flow chart of magnetic effect of electric current. So one quick revision. First concept, magnetic field. Its definition is important, properties of field lines, and the small diagram, right? And next is magnetic field in a current carrying conductor. There are 3 types of conductors, 3 shapes of conductor. One is if the conductor is straight conductor, how does the magnetic field looks like? It appears in a concentric circles, and the direction of magnetic field is identified by right hand thumb rule. Okay, and later if the conductor is circular loop, how does the magnetic field look like? If the conductor is a solenoid, and how does the magnetic field look like? Okay, and the next aspect, very important, force acting on a conductor when it is kept in a magnetic field. So here Fleming's left hand rule will come, and also you will study electric motor. Under electric motor, 3 points, principle, construction, working, right? And you must know what is the definition of Fleming's left hand rule. After that comes electromagnetic induction. Its definition is important, and here comes the newly generated current's direction can be identified with the help of Fleming's right hand rule, right? So that is important. And after that, electric generator. Electric generator is also very, very important concept. And finally, domestic circuits. 3 types of wires, live wire, neutral wire, and earth wire. Earth wire is very important, and they will ask you, what do you mean by earthing? Earthing. Okay, so why do we do earthing? All of that you must able to explain. After that, overloading, short circuiting, and fuses. So that is all about the chapter magnetic effect of electric current. So just take a screenshot of the entire flow chart. So done with the screenshot, isn't it? So let us meet up in the next session with one more new chapter, that is control and coordination. Even that is the most important chapter for this year. And share the videos, let everybody get benefit, and do subscribe our channel to learn the concepts in a easiest way. Thank you so much and all the best.